Good evening. I hope you're doing well. Late this evening, as probably I learned that we have decided to go to war with Iran. We have done this without any authority from the United States Congress. We have done this without considering the ramifications for our servicemen and women, but also from civilians, and not just in the Middle East, here at home. We can expect, I suppose, terrorist attacks. Since the bombing by the United States authorized by the current president, Mr. Trump, Israel has been struck in response on at least one occasion, and perhaps we can expect more through the evening. I don't think this is the path to have a discussion about agreement on how we move forward. What I thought would be useful is to review the statement of Adam Smith in the wake of this unconstitutional and outrageous and ahistorical action. Adam Smith is the ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee. He is, particularly by length of time in service and experience, to give us a good explanation for why this is dangerous. What I thought I would do is read you his statement and make a few comments myself, for in the days ahead, the chaos promises to be worse than we could ever have imagined before now. He starts it by saying, "My statement on Trump ordering U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. I condemn, in the strongest terms, the president's decision to order the United States military to strike Iran's nuclear sites. The president did not seek authorization from Congress or demonstrate that Iran posed an immediate threat to the security of the United States. Furthermore, the president failed to provide clear objectives for these actions, and there are no guarantees that it will eliminate the possibility of Iran developing a nuclear weapon or how long it might set their program back. Engaging in direct conflict places U.S. service members and military sites in the Middle East squarely in the crosshairs of Iran and its many proxies. Tonight's actions could further escalate tensions, destabilize the region, and drag the United States into an avoidable war. The way to stop Iran from developing a nuclear weapon and to protect American service members is through diplomacy and negotiation, not entering into direct conflict. The path that the president has chosen risks unleashing a wider war in the region that is both incredibly unpredictable and treacherous, and that threatens the safety and security of the United States, of Israel, and ultimately the world." Strong words for what is fairly termed, in my opinion, a nuclear war. This is a world war in the sense that there is no nation on earth that is not going to be affected by this. If you were to cast your mind about what would be the most important function of a chief executive of a nation such as ours, it would have to be defending us, protecting and defending the security of the United States. In this regard, Trump has failed. The statement lays out some of those reasons, but let's go over them for a moment or two. There's no question he ordered the strike. There's no question he was taking the time he was until it was ready to strike. I don't think he ever had a hesitation about going forward with this, which raises the second point. Mr. Smith said the president did not seek authorization from Congress. This power to make war resides in our Constitution and in the law and in history in the Congress of the United States. There were members of the Congress, the House, and the Senate were proposing a resolution next week to decide whether or not to grant authority to the president to wage any manner of war. I had hoped that the resolution that would come would not only say that it's up to Congress to decide it, but to also say we should not go to war. Why shouldn't we go to war? Because the president can't demonstrate that Iran poses an immediate threat to the security of the United States. We remember Iraq. We remember weapons of mass destruction. They went away with the morning mist because no one ever found them. They never were there. They were a pretext. And just as here, this worry about nuclear weapons is not supported by the evidence that there's an imminent threat, that they're ready to do anything, nor have they been ready to do anything for years, because we've been following this. We had a treaty on this subject that was thrown out the window by Trump. There was no guarantee, Mr. Smith said, that it will eliminate the possibility of Iran developing a nuclear weapon. The deepest place that they attacked, presumably with the super bombs that we were told were necessary, I don't know how anyone could know what down there has been destroyed or not, and what damage radiation escaping could cause. But we know when somebody is attacked in their homes, in their buildings, and unjustly attacked in the sense that no one has proven the case, that there is the danger that we think is there. I don't blame Netanyahu. I already disagree with him. I think he's a war criminal, and I think that he has burdened the nation state Israel to his advantage because of prosecutions and the power he wants to hold rather than the benefit of the people. But that's a different story. We have a President Trump, unschooled in military affairs, doesn't care anything about them, has made fun of our men and women in service as suckers. And so now he plays us as the sucker. He goes forward using the most important power a nation has to declare or not declare war. And he's done it without the authorization of Congress. He has made an unconstitutional movement, one that will ring down the weeks and months and perhaps years from this point when we will suffer his decision to go forward. Among his party members, they are split as to what to do. The rest of the country, by polls and so forth, has indicated no one is interested in this. So one could say, what do we do now? Stop the bullshit. Stop the action. And those people on the Hill, Congress, the Senate, who've done nothing and allowed this man to rummage through the history that is ours of freedom and liberty and equality, now is their time to act. Will they do it? It's doubtful, isn't it? We have the past as prologue. We have the data points that they don't fight for us. And if you're not going to fight for us and fight against this tyrant who sits in the West Wing and puts us all at risk, then you should just resign your job and leave. But if you stay and you do what's appropriate, you should follow the founding fathers who thought that certain kinds of procedures would protect us from a tyrant such as this should he ever become president. We have been down this road before, but never in any comparable way have we had the danger that we now face at home and abroad. And you can bet we're going to see it. Will we see terrorists blow up something in the streets of New York or Washington, D.C.? Who will be at risk? What bombs may be detonated in America? We can't have any of that. So what is this remedy that we have? Well, some might say censure. It's not sufficient. It's not the action that we need to remedy the problem that we have. What else could we do? Well, we passed the resolution, but are the animals already out of the barn? And when we talk about animals here, we're talking about real animals in the most derogatory fashion you can imagine to talk about the president, that excuse for a Secretary of State or for a Secretary of Defense. We have probably never had such an array of more incompetent people at a more dangerous time than today. Impeachment is available. Impeachment is available for high crimes and misdemeanors. The failure to fulfill your oath to protect the people of America, that is high and important. And he's failed us. He has purposefully gone forward before the resolution could be considered because he is above all of us. He is above the law. This proven felon, this person whose word is worth nothing, whose ability is less than that. So what should America do? There should be people at his office now, in the early morning hours, but certainly by breakfast time. And they should be saying you should resign from office and step down, so the world knows that what you said is not acceptable. And if you will not do it, we will do as we did with Nixon. We will go to the Hill. We will impeach you for this violation, and we will remove you from office. And to the extent that your vice president was part of this, he should go as well. You think this is too strong? It's too late is what it is. It's not too strong. It's exactly right. It's exactly what the founders thought we should be doing. And we should be doing it. And our failure to do it is to only suffer more chaos, outrage, death, embarrassment, humiliation, and the failure of the law and the Constitution. We must act. We should have acted already. We must act now. And those people on the Hill who don't see it that way, they should go to hell. If I believed in an afterlife, I don't think I would draw any release of the anger that I have, the disappointment that I have, and the failure of our government to do the most basic thing to serve and protect our nation. So, I have a few words. I didn't expect to talk to you so much in the fashion that I have, but my own notions of what this nation is worth and how it's been devalued in recent years by the candidacy of Trump and the people who would exploit and turn around this great experiment, still young, but perfected from when it first started. And we have to resume the hard work of taking this country forward as a republic and a democracy with equal justice for all. So that's what I have to say. You probably have the same thoughts. I apologize for any redundancy of your own thoughts, but if you agree with me, pick up the phone and tell every one of those worthless people on the Hill that this is a test for them to actually do something important instead of talk to us about bullshit, to avoid talking about the most important issues of the day and saving this nation. All the best. Bye-bye.